what, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Hello. Come here. Say hello to the audience. Come on. Come on.
We're just doing this quickly, Josh, and we'll
Come
go
on,
get
Josh.
dinner. Okay.
Come here. Say hello.
Sorry? We'll turn it on. But look for a switch. Use your observation skills. Find a switch. They're on the wall. Can you close the door once you've done it? Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Garage Talk. It's yours truly, Sonny Olek, and with me, my co-host,
Scott Ditcham, or
Yes.
Ditchy as some people call me.
we all call him Ditchy. So Sonny and Ditchy are back here with a very annoying big Dane dog in the neighborhood. So that's the perks of having a vlog in a garage with all the natural surroundings. So trying to keep it real, as a lot of people says.
Yeah.
Now, as you might be thinking, why took us such a long break to bring this episode? I will start with Ditchy. Ditchy, why it took us so long?
Because we've both been very busy with work and filming, and you were away for a bit. And I was doing the gridiron every weekend, and now I'm doing the documentary, so it takes up a lot of time, so we haven't had time for this.
Fair enough. And yes, fellas, I was away back home to India for 2 months. Had a good time there. So 2 months gone there, and then trying to come back and getting back into the groove of daily routine took a little bit while, and now we decided today that we got so much content to share with you guys that we will be doing few episodes on weekly basis, so stay tuned.
As much as we can.
As much as we can,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so Ditchy, tell the audience in last 3 months, let's put it this way, what's the best and the worst photography experience you had? I will say, when I say photography, I mean like including videography.
Okay. No real bad experiences. I think the hardest thing was trying to film, I think it was 3 games in one day.
Wow,
Or
and do
4
you
games
have
in
to
one day.
travel or?
Yeah, like traveling to Croydon, which isn't too bad, but it's, fair way. One game was meant to be played at Parkville, which got moved to Endeavour Hills. So last minute I wasn't going to go, but I thought, nah, I better go because that's what I wanted to do. Other than that, just dealing with the wind, really. Like in that game there, it was so windy, I had to try and keep the monopod still, but the wind was just blowing it. And I also realised I hadn't had my stabiliser on, so it was very, very shaky. So I didn't realise that until about 3 or 4 weeks later,
Okay.
when I worked out what was going on.
Now, in the last few videos you shot,
Yeah.
I have seen that you had a good luck of having collision with the players.
Yes,
Now, how was that experience?
there's a couple of collisions actually. The first one was the guy was pushed out of bounds and I didn't even see him coming, and it went straight into me and pretty much knocked the camera over. Another one, the ball hit the monopod and actually bent it. It's actually got a bit of a bend in one of the legs from the ball. Then I had a kid, I think it was like under 16s, fall out of bounds and his helmet hit me in the shin. That tickled. And I had another guy roll off the field and again hit me in the legs. So it's been good.
So you survived all of
But
it.
now when I see him coming, I'm ready to move.
As I always says, we are the beginners in this industry and we are learning every day, and I think Ditchy learned his lesson. Not to just look through the viewfinder, you need to remember
What's
your
around you.
surrounding, and especially when it comes to sports, winning,
Yep.
and people around you, you need to be very careful. You can't just rely on your tripod and your viewfinder. Now, you mentioned documentary.
Yes, that's on
Give
the,
us a quick brief what we are expecting to see in the
So
documentary.
it's a documentary on the Western Rams, formerly Rockbank. Pretty much their season this year. They haven't won a game in 4 years, 5 years, 4 years. And hope to catch them win a game this year, or at least be more competitive than they have been. And just get a bit of a history on the club by talking to, like I've done interviews with the coach, the president. I've got to interview one of the locals who's grown up in Rockbank, whose grandfather and father played for the club. And I've got to include the netball as well. So, because it's not just a football club, it's a netball and football, so it's a sporting club. So I've got to try and involve both of them. So I've been to every game bar the one they had today. And of course they haven't won yet, but we're hoping to catch that victory at some stage. Even if they don't, as long as they're competitive, and it'll be interesting to see how people receive it.
Fair enough, and I believe it's always a good idea to document the underdog, because when they come back, that's something, if you miss shooting it, then there is no way you're going to capture it again.
So I'm scared if I miss a game or two, they actually do, they might have a chance of winning. I don't want to do that. I know today they didn't have much of a chance playing the top team, but a few games coming forward, they might have a chance to at least be more competitive.
Fair enough, that's good. Now, another question. What's on a card you want to tell our audience that they get excited to hear? Anything new? You are experimenting with something new, or there is a new project in a pipeline?
Nothing new. People want to hire me for mainly outdoor events because this camera's not like great in low light. But I can do basketball indoors, any sporting event really, engagement parties, even wedding ceremonies that might be outside. I'm happy to film. You want to get cheaper than anywhere else, but doesn't mean it's going to be a cheap product. This means it's a lot cheaper for me to do it for you.
Fair enough. There you go, guys. Indoor games, I'll say hype videos for the players. If you just even want to do a training montage or something, individuals, that's good. And for the budding love couples, wedding shoot, engagement parties, even just a birthday party, or just want to have a nice portrait shoot. Ditchy's your man.
You can do portraits or for photos. And I'm happy to experiment with the green screen too, which is something I can test out as well.
There you go. So that concludes today's episode, guys. So this was Ditchy's last 3 months of whereabouts. So basically he's documenting footy club history, what they're doing now, and hopefully by the end of the season he'll have a documentary, most probably 2 episodes or more.
No, we'll be one. I'm cutting it down. Like I've done an hour and a half already. It's only been 5 games in, but I can cut it right back. So it might go for 2.5 hours, I'd say, at the most.
Wow. So if they do a few episodes, it will be. Otherwise, it will be a quite lengthy movie to watch.
Yeah.
There you go. So stay tuned till next time. Next episode, I will say we'll talk some more. But if you got any suggestions, any questions, please do shoot. Because shooting is what we do best, and shooting what we love doing. Video, audio, stills.